And hey everybody, it's Cassian Blackcloak. Welcome back to another GTA Live video here on the channel. Thanks again for you Blackcloaks joining me here. And today we're looking at my complete solo guide for the Cayo Perico Heist. This is my second playthrough of the heist. The only thing I didn't record was the original scope out, which the only difference is you just basically take a Velum or some other vehicle back to the island, pose as a smuggler, and then you sneak off the airstrip to scope it out through the cameras like before and sneak around the island. So it's not that much different than the original party mission. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and look at the setups here. And the prep. So we're going to go ahead and go for the first one, which is the sonar. And I'm going to go ahead here, and this is, if you're doing the sonar, I recommend doing this, especially if you don't already own one, is grab the scuba outfit off the wall here, because you do get scuba gear included with the submarine. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to the scuba gear here, and because I know I'm going to have to swim for this. And just so you're aware, I cut out all the logos of the traveling and some of the combat just for the sake of time, because I would really try to keep this video around an hour. So here we are arriving at the Merryweather test site. So definitely handy in the Sparrow, and I got here really quickly too, by the way. I mean, I was able to, this thing moves around the map so fast. I thought about keeping some of that in just because it's so practical, but I'll do a separate video for the Sparrow as like a vehicle guide for it, because it really is the new buzzard. I mean, this thing might be one of the best grinding vehicles that they put in the game so far, like up there with the Mark II. Definitely as good, maybe if not a little better, because it's fast. I think it's actually faster than the Mark II. But you can see that you can actually spawn unlimited missiles in this thing. It doesn't run out, and you can just spam them. There's no cooldown. You can just hold the button down, and they just keep firing. And they don't run out, because I've literally counted and fired over 100 missiles out of this thing, just random, just letting them go, and it works well. So what I'm going to do here is go over here, and I'm going to land this thing on the on this little island over here. And one of the things I don't like about this is it does land hard. I mean, it's really hard to get a soft landing like you can with the buzzard. So it doesn't take hardly any damage at all. It's like a glass cannon, but it's fast as hell and it's deadly. And it's super convenient because you can spawn it right next to you just like a buzzard as a CEO, but you can do it no matter what. Even if you're not registered as anything, or you're an MC president, or even a CEO, whatever, you can spawn this thing, drop it right there through the interaction menu. It's the shit. So it's only got like a 2-minute cooldown from when you send it back or it gets destroyed. So it's pretty dope, pretty swanky, especially if your Mark II's on cooldown. You got a backup thing that's just as fast, if not faster. But anyway, so now we're in the water. We're going to swim down here to the submarine, and I did cut out a lot of the combat of me running through the submarine, killing Merryweather guys, and wandering around looking for the signal jammers. So once we cut in here, we're going to cut right to about right where I pick it up. So, because I did die a couple of times too, no point showing that. So here we are with the where I finally located it. It's beneath me here. It's right at that lower level, so I got to go around. And I'm looking here, I'm like, oh shit, that's right. You got to go around the walkway. And I'm sorry for how bad I sound. I'm still really sick, so I hope, like I said, I hope my voice holds out for all this. But I think I'm starting to feel just a bit better, but it's probably going to be another few days before I'm really up to speed again. So we went ahead and killed him, because I didn't want him shooting at me while I was trying to pick up the jammer. So that was, I think, the last guy left on the ship. There might be one or two more that I cut out here because I had to go back to the exit. So going up here, and then we're going to go ahead and swim back to shore here. Now, I know there's a little bit of fighting coming up, so I'm going to go ahead and take a second to refill my health. Eat a couple of stacks, which, how that works while I'm underwater wearing scuba gear and a rebreather, I don't know. Which, the reason you see an air gauge is because I inadvertently picked up a rebreather stack while I was down there. So that's why you see the air gauge. But even if I let all 20 of them run out, the scuba gear would kick it at that point, and I would still be able to breathe underwater forever. So that's why the scuba gear is so dope, especially for this mission. Sorry, I had to hook my mic there, but I'm back. Okay, so I'm using the homing launcher to go ahead and blow up these helicopters so they're not trying to shoot at me while I'm trying to climb this hill to get back to my helicopter. God, I'm wearing that rebreather. I look like a fucking tryhard. It kills me. So these things did just keep spawning as far as I could tell. Because I'm going to blow up a couple more over here to make sure I got time to get the helicopter and get the engine spinning. Get the blades spinning. So I'm going to go ahead and blow these assholes up here. Yeah, see, they dodged that one. So I'm just going to basically wait for them to stabilize and just use it like an RPG. Since I've already got it out. Alright, so they're done. Now all we got to do is hop back in here and fly back to the submarine. Which I'm going to be cutting that trip out. So I'll go ahead and make sure I don't cut out any music here. Because I actually don't mind the mission music in this game. Alright, so now we're back in the submarine. And now we just got to land, basically get in the moon, land in the moon pool. And we're good. So there we go. And there's the first heist prep done for the submarine approach. It's only got one. All the other ones, as far as I can tell, have two. I haven't bothered scoping out the southern end of the island to get the stealth helicopter approach yet because I don't really care. I mean, I prefer the submarine approach works so well because it puts you right in the compound when you come up. So it's like, I mean, why would you do anything else? Unless you just want some variety, I guess, or the stealth helicopter. But, I mean, this is basically how I'm pretty much going to be running this heist when I solo it going from here on out. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one, which I believe is going to be the plasma cutter. Because I have the pink diamond, so I need a plasma cutter to get through the bulletproof glass case he gets in. Yeah, for some reason here, I'm just looking at the secondary objectives that I scoped out. There's a painting. You can see I've got some pretty good value here, and the primary target's worth 1.3 million. And I got like 1.6 million, yeah, for the secondary objectives. But so basically, I don't need to worry about the charges. That was a prep that I did last time. I didn't need to deal with it. It's a pain in the ass because you got to go fight a bunch of rednecks at a farmhouse. It's a nightmare. But and it wasn't needed, as it turns out. So this is a lot more streamlined. I'm basically showing you how you can do the minimum prep to do the heist, and then also the optional disruption. Which, if you're going to be like me and you think you're going to end up going in hot, I mean, going in like turn it into a shootout, you're going to want to do these disruption missions because it's going to soften up the enemy targets, like the guards, a lot. But anyway, we'll get to that. So let's go to the safe house here. So, and I crashed my helicopter or something. There was some reason I had to pull the Mark II out at this point, because I think I inadvertently destroyed my helicopter. But I just went ahead and took the Mark II out and flew over here. Like I said, they work well, switch them off. Alright, so going to the safe house here, they're actually not here. So what you have to do is you got to identify what their score is so you can go intercept them. Because by the time you get here, they're out pulling the job. So we're going to go ahead and cut over here and skip past all the shit of me looking for what I needed, which turns out to be the planning board here. And you got to send a picture to Pavel. So I'm going to do that. He's going to tell me where their heist is going to be so that I could go and intervene and steal their plasma cutter. So, and once again, like, I literally had to cut out as much as I could just to keep it to the bare minimum so I could keep as much of the finale as possible, then also do the keep the video at like an hour, just due to the limits of my editing software here on the PS4 using Share Factory, which it works great. But anyway, so let's go ahead and cut over to the heist, or their heist. And why is this tank still in here? God. Man, I did not mean to leave this thing in here. I don't know why that happened. I meant to cut out all the traveling. Oh well, it's fine. It wasn't far, so I'm going ahead and take care of as many of as I can with the Mark II rockets. I'm not really worried about like blowing up the plasma cutter. I don't think it can be destroyed. This is also, I guess, kind of a way to test that. But there's still a couple of them in here I'm going to have to take out, like, you know, mano a mano here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my shotty. There's one. There's two. There's three. And I've got the plasma cutter. I'm going to kill all these guys so that I could make a clean getaway here. Okay, this guy, yeah, I went ahead and let him live. So now what I'm doing here was I went ahead and called in my Sparrow, and then I'm going to put up the Mark II, because you don't want to try to land the Mark II on the sub because it's going to get destroyed. Because it treats the sub as a vehicle, and trying to land it on there, it's going to do damage to it just sitting there. Kind of like if you try to park your Mark II on the big boat when you sell a big load of crates, like it's just going to get destroyed. So that's like $10,000 out of your pocket for like no reason. So it's like I just recalled the Sparrow out, and I'm going to take it to the mood pool. So that's how I'm going to approach the sub. That's the reason I did that. Alright, so just fly back over here, and look how fast this thing is. Look how quick I move it. I love this Sparrow. It's great. I mean, if it can land on water, it'd be almost perfect, but... Alright, so... here goes our... second heist prep down. And I did all this in one day, just a little while. I mean, this is all just one play session, basically. Because I'd already scoped it out, but I went ahead and took care of all the preps I needed to do and the heist itself. I did it in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe. I mean, it's I mean, not counting restarts. A couple of times that some of the missions crashed, I had to close the application. Like, because of the disruption missions, if you fail them, you're fucked. I mean, you can't retry them like the rest of the preps. So what I'm going to do here, this is neat. So I figured out that after you clear the heist the first time, your quick travel option for the sub goes down to only $2,000 instead of $10,000. So I'm going to go ahead and move the sub over closer to where the objective is, which can help save time too when you're doing the disruption missions, because you can actually move closer to where some of the objectives are and just cut down the flight time. So keep that in mind if you're having trouble completing the disruption missions. But if you don't get it done, you can just close your application and reload the game and get another shot at it, as long as the mission doesn't complete. Because like I said, I had to do that because one of them, the armor one, bugged on me a couple of times. So I had to, a couple of them I had to restart doing that. So a little FYI pro tip there for you guys. So, but this was not on a timer, so I'm just going to go ahead and fly over to the warehouse. And this thing's a little unwieldy. The handling's not nearly as good as the Buzzard, but I mean, like I said, the speed and the weapons make up for it. Okay, so this I fucked up the stealth on, like, you know, big surprise there, right? I thought about looking for the circuit box, but I figured screw it, I'm just gonna go ahead and plow through it. So it doesn't matter now. I'm just going to go ahead and go hot. Alright, so let's go ahead and get here and kill everybody. These guys do a lot of damage because I'm almost dead. But I made it through. So we gotta go hack the laptop here. Which even if you do manage to stealth out there, you still gotta kill these guys, so it doesn't matter. No, what it matters is when you actually get to the archives. Alright, so notice how they reuse assets for this, because this is just like the small CO crate warehouse interior. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and jump back in our Sparrow here and fly over to the archives. So we're going to go ahead and cut over there here in just a second. Get in the air. Alright, here we are at the arriving at where the art. Now these are going to be in a different spot every time. This is a completely different locations than the first heist that what I did at the first time, because it was like in an underpass or something. So it's now this one I actually am going to manage to disable the security so that I won't have to fight a bunch of guys when I come out. I thought about looking for the fuse box, but I thought this might be it here, but it's not. So I just decided to take out the fucking cameras. And the reason it tripped on the last one was I wasn't using a suppressed weapon. That was the mistake that I used. Like this one, I'm going to use my shotgun, which is suppressed, so it won't trip any. It won't, alert anybody. So I'm just going to go ahead and shoot at the cameras here, which I missed that one. Got that one, and there we go. So now the cameras are down, and I can just wall sit it out of here. So all you got to do is at this point run in here and grab the fingerprint cloner. I think is what we're working on here. Yeah, because we've already got the plasma torch. We haven't got the cutter yet. Okay. We got the plasma cutter, but we don't have the torch. Okay, so I mean, you just got to run through here and look on the tables until you find it. It'll show up on your mini map on your radar once you actually locate it, which is going to be over here to my left. So yeah, there it is. Yep, right over there. This is a little green arrow. Boom. Bang-a-rang. There you go. Oh, don't worry, Pavel. I'll leave it quick. Like a buddy. Hop. Alright, so now all we got to do is get back in our sweet little helicopter and fly the fuck back to the submarine. So we're going to go ahead and hop into the helicopter, which... Oh yeah, I've got to request. I put the submarine up. I just wanted to request it so it's closer by. That's another little pro tip: is when you're doing these, you can actually return the submarine to storage and then recall it once you're ready to go back to it, so you don't have to go as far. That's going to cut down the travel time too. So that's going to be part of the meta prep of this heist. Is you're going to, constantly be returning the sub to storage, calling it back in, fast traveling. To get to the mission objectives, because like I said, after the first heist it's only $2,000 to move the sub, which is like nothing. I mean, excuse me guys, sorry, talking a lot, my throat's getting irritated again. So there's another heist prep down. Alright, so now we're going after the cutting torch. This one, you basically just have to go to a construction site. There's a sneaky approach you could do with it, where you go on and find a hard hat, but I just decided to just, kill everybody. Because I've got a helicopter with unlimited homing missiles, so why not? So here we go, approaching the construction site. You can see I'm already locking on, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of, hang back and hover here and just start taking everything out. Yeah, he's still trying to give you the stealth option, even though I've already completely, thrown that out the window. So I'm just coming in for a landing here. Park my helicopter. I actually got a soft landing that time. So I cut out the wandering around the construction site forever looking for the fucking torch, because it did take me a few minutes to find it, but I finally found it. So we got the torch. Simple enough. Nope, back in the helicopter, back to the sub. After we request it, so I'll wait for my helicopter blades to start spinning, and I'm going to go ahead and request the submarine. And then off to the sub. There we go. And just get right over the door so you can use the auto land feature just to right back in the submarine. And there we go. There's another prep down. So at this point, I think we've done most of what we need to do to be able to pull the job off. But we want to make sure that we are softening up the forces of the island. So we're going to do the disruptions too. So let's see what's coming up next here. No, we got to do weapons. I forgot about that. Okay, so weapons are up next. Okay, yeah, you got to get weapons. So we're going to go ahead and go to 707 Vespucci. And yeah, these things are always going to be in some office, like some CEO tower, like CEO office. And you can approach from the ground or from the roof, but I prefer to approach from the roof. Because you could actually just go from the roof right into the office, kill everybody, grab the guns, come back out, jump in your helicopter, gone. But I think I fucked up landed the helicopter here and did a lot of damage, so I had to kind of go a little more roundabout. Yeah, so as you notice when I'm coming in here, I'm going to damage the helicopter quite a bit. Yeah, it's not a good spot for it. So it's not in good shape, so yeah. I mean, this is like not my best piloting job, so I'm going to go ahead and return it to the storage. So that when I pull it back out after I come out of here, it'll be in perfect shape. And I kind of wanted to test if it would spawn on the roof for me too, but you know, just to see. But of course, you know, they don't make anything easy. So rolling up in here, this is pretty straightforward. I mean, you just roll up in here and kill a few guys. So what this is supposed to be is like another crew who's like working out of the CEO office, just like, you know, like a CEO. So we're just gonna go ahead and kill everybody. So there's always a guy in this room back here, and you know, take care of him and him. See, pretty simple. I mean, you know, most of the time I've cut this combat out, but I had enough to leave this little firefight in here just so we get some action besides the finale. Shoot open the door, and then we're gonna ace him. So he doesn't come out after us. So you gotta unlock the safe. The gun locker's in the same spot it is in your office. If you have a CEO office and you own it or know where it is, it's always right there on that side. And the first time I did this prep, the first house I tried to open it to see if there was a wall safe, if I could get some extra money, but there's not. So now we just got to do the hack here, old school sightseer hack. It takes me just a second to find the code numbers. There we go. And now we can open the gun locker and take the weapons, which I went with the aggressor set for this setup. So you get a shotgun, a machine pistol, I think a machete and a hand grenades, if I'm not mistaken, is what we're getting here. That worked out pretty well for me actually, because I've still got a machete, like the machete shit. I've still got the machine pistol I can use for like drive-bys and a little bit medium range work. And try to, if I want to try to do stealth, but then I get the shotgun for up close and personal, which is, because my whole approach and everything centered around the compound, I went with the shotgun. Much better than trying to do the whole thing with the AP pistol, like in the first go around. So let's go ahead and cut here. So basically, what I did was I just took a header off the building to get down there, and then after I respawned, I just picked up the. I killed a couple of the NPCs down here that were trying to kill me, and then picked up the weapons cache again, and now I'm off in the Sparrow. So once again, I can get away from here really fast. So I almost got killed there. You see, though, I took a lot of damage. But yeah, I cut out me taking a header off the building, just like, you know, goodbye, cruel world. So there we go. Back to the submarine. There's the weapons taken care of. And I did, like I said, I did buy the suppressors just in case, because I am going to try every time to do this stealthy until I get it down to where I can do it, hopefully without alerting the guards and I get their patterns down. But for now, I'm pretty much banking on the fact that I'm going to fuck that up and I'm going to have to go hot. So we're going to have to go live. So it's, yeah. So I wanted to go with something robust, precise. And there we go. Prep complete. After it loads anyway. Alright, there we go. So the weapons are delivered. So now I actually think we've got the minimum we need to start the finale. Yeah, we do. But we're going to do the disruptions. So, because we want to make sure that his guards are as weak as possible. So we want to make sure they don't have any good weapons, they don't have any body armor. That especially makes a difference with the juggernauts. And then we're going to make sure that they don't have any air support, like the buzzards. So what I'm going to do here, I noticed that there's a couple of that side, they're way up the map. So I'm going to go ahead and move the sub over here to save some travel time, because it's quicker to do this and let it load through than it is to try and fly the helicopter up there as fast as it is. At least this is my experiment. It worked out alright. So you're going to see, like I said, I cut out a lot of the travel, but you're going to see me take out all these guys here. This is all the same, like all I did was cut out the travel time, that's it. This is all the same heist prep, everything is all the same raw clip that I just chopped up. You know, this definitely ain't the, you know, this isn't like the Snyder cut of this process. But, alright, so we're going to go ahead and jump in the Sparrow here. Of course, I wear my everyday, you know, working black suit. This is like basically like the outfit that I went with when I built my character, because you know, I like to think of him as like a professional criminal. Now this is after I got killed. Like when I got over here the first time, I'd actually died once. I had to respawn and come back over here after these guys, because they just you know, these guys, they got like really good like aimbot, like aiming. So then I'm going to come over here and just basically use RPGs, take this guy down, because he's kind of tough. I think this is the one that's wearing the Juggernaut suit, because what of these guys usually is wearing a Juggernaut suit? I think it was him. So now we're going to go ahead after the second one. And notice the time in the corner here, in the bottom corner, because you got to take out 3 of these guys. Like each one of these you got to do in 10 minutes. So this guy, I know he's actually standing out by himself, so I can just use my heavy sniper with the thermal scope, and I see where he's at. And 1 shot. And 2 shots. There we go. Dead. That probably would have been 1 shot with a regular sniper rifle in the head, but I just went ahead and took him down. With the explosive ammo is expensive, but I can afford it. Alright, so over here, this guy is in an armored vehicle. Because you're always going to have one of them that's in a cadre of people clumped up somewhere. Then you're going to have another one that's going to be in a Juggernaut suit, like the body armor, the ballistic armor. And then you're going to have one of the guys in a in an armored cadre, like an armored transport. So I've taken out his guards here with the RPG, because I ain't fucking around. And I'm almost dead here, which, you know, I would still have time to respawn, but notice I've still got some time to spare here. So there's 1, there's 2, and he's done. So there we go. That prep's done. And there we go. On to the next one. So now we don't have to worry about them having heavy weapons. So that's good for us. And so now we're going to go disrupt their armor. So this one is the one that really bugged out on me, and I had to, this is like, I think the third time I had to try to restart it, because it was just ridiculous that I was getting impatient because it kept bugging out on me. Because like if you die at all, it seems like in this wood, like it seems like the bug was that the crates, even though they were outside of this place, which you're going to see in a minute, they weren't showing up. They weren't registering as there. Even when I blew them up, they didn't count. So I had to close the application and restart it. So luckily that actually kept it from saving. You know, it's kind of like when you do a oh, I'm cutting over here to where I'm arriving, by the way. That was a smooth cut, but the you know, it's kind of like when you're trying to save your product sale or something, just close the application and then restart it. So it's you know, this is my, I think attempt number 2 or 3, I can't remember. You'll notice my CEO color's a little different. That's why. But it's worth it to do this if you're gonna if you're going firefight. So I'm using a grenade launcher here. I think I'm gonna go switch to the RPG because I bought more ammo when I was on the way over out of the menu. Because you have to use explosives on these crates. It's the only way to blow them up. You can't use a minigun. You can't use anything. You got to blow them up with the rockets or bombs, something like that. Something explodey. Still one over here. There it is. Alright, so after you get the woods out here, yeah, he tells you got to check inside. I'm going to go ahead and clean up these guys out here. So I make sure I survive. A little bit closer with the shotgun there. Alright, so once you get in here, there's going to be some guards too. But then you're going to have to take them out and then blow up the crates. Which I guess you could try to use the rocket launcher on them too, but I just decided to use the shotgun. Can't get a good angle on this guy, so I'm just going to run up here to cover. Okay, there we go. Finally got him. I gotta take out this guy over here, and for some reason the guy spawned in behind me. Or something. No, wait, I was just getting shot by this dude. Oh, yep, and I got killed. So, you know, once you get in here though is okay. I mean, it didn't bug out this time, so I just have to go back in and take care of this guy. So I'm gonna make sure to pull my weapon out. Nope, I didn't before I went in. That was dumb. So now he's done. So make sure you put some distance between you and the crates, because you don't want the splash, like the splash damage from the rocket killing you. And you also want to make sure you get a clear shot so you don't waste rockets. Yeah, there's one more crate back here. There we go. Now there's one more phase of this. Now notice I've still got like, what is it, like, I can't see the timer from where I'm sitting, like 2 or 3 minutes. So luckily, yeah, about 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes. So luckily the, yep. So this thing, luckily it spawned really close to me, but I still have plenty of time to catch it. But I am going to cut out the little bit of flight time over here, like I said, just for the sake of time and making sure I keep the video under an hour, or around an hour. So it wasn't very far. I mean, that was like 30, 40 seconds, if that. But just come over here and then pull out your RPG, because you can't lock on to any of this with the homing missiles, by the way, because they make you have to do some of this work yourself. That's why I used the sniper rifle for that one arms dealer and did what I did. You also don't have to go back to the sub for these. Once you complete them, they're done. Alright, now the buzzards. Now this one you actually can use the homing rockets for, because they don't lock onto the buzzards, but they do lock on to the guards around them. So you could actually use the rockets to blow up the buzzards if you're lucky. But you might have to, if you're running at guards, you just might have to land and take them out with an RPG or a sticky bomb or something. And then, but it's totally doable. These are all totally doable, as you're seeing here. And I've still got all the original clips here where I did these without cuts, so I could throw those out too as individual mission guides if you guys want to see them, like not just the condensed version that I'm showing here. So let me know in the comments if you guys want to see the full, like actual full way that I did this. All right, so up and away in the Sparrow. So the first one's pretty close to me here. I got lucky with that, so I didn't have to move it. I didn't have to move the sub. And there's like 4 target points with 10 buzzers split between them. So you're going to have a couple with 2 and then a couple with 3. You're going to have 3 and 3, 2 and 2, basically. So I'm just spamming these at them to make sure that I get enough rockets off while they're locking on. So if they get, even if the... Okay, no buzzards left there. So now I'm going to go ahead over toward, this one. So I think I'm going to cut across here and then come up that coast. Yeah. So I'm going over to this wood. Like I said, I'm just cutting over here to be killing them. I'm cutting out the flight time, but you can see the timer. You can see it's consistent. I mean, this is all the same mission. So I'm just spamming the rockets at the guards at the boat. Yeah, so see the splash damage on that one. It got all the buzzards there. So I've only got 4 left. I got 2 targets points, 2 left. So now I'm coming over here, and this one I think is the it's this one where I took out the guards, but they ran away from the helicopter, so I had to land and blow them up. So I'm gonna go ahead and try spamming rockets here. But as you can see, this is one of the few of the disruption missions that the homing rockets are actually useful on. But it's okay. I mean, they're totally doable. I mean, these are very, very doable. They're not hard, as long as the game doesn't bug out on you. And they make the heist a hell of a lot easier. Now, if you think that you can do it stealth and you won't break stealth, if you're like lead as fuck, I got a signal jammer there, and you don't think you're gonna have to worry about actually straight up fighting anybody, I mean, hey, more power to you. You can skip these, but for me, these are mandatory because I know I'm not going to be able to pull that kind of shit, at least not for a while. So there's one, it got them both because of the explosive splash damage. It took out both buzzards, so that was handy. So now we just got 2 left, and we got plenty of time. We still got over 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes. Yeah, am I seeing that right from here? Yeah. Or is it 2 minutes? I don't know. I can't. Oh wait, I cut. That's right. Okay, so over here, we're basically just gonna like spam rockets while we got the lock on, and there you go. All the buzzards are destroyed. So now we don't have to worry about air support. Once the alarm goes off on the island, we won't have to worry about buzzards. So now we're going to the finale. So here we go. All right. So there's a couple of cuts in here too because I did cut out the, where I did fail and have to retry, like I think twice, once inside the compound and once after I got out. So I did cut some of that out, like my initial run here, so you're going to see a couple of cuts again. But this is like basically you're going to see me doing pretty much all of it, every step of it. So swimming in here, the only thing to be aware of when you're doing this approach, don't touch the mines, like the ship mines that are there, like the submarine mines, because those things will kill you if you actually touch them. You see their arm, they will blow up. So you can fail this approach. So just don't be stupid. So we're going to come over here. Now see, this is where the cutting torch comes into play, and it's also handy for opening like some of the gates that have chain locks on them, like padlocks, which I covered in my original video. So we're just going to go here, and we're just going to be cutting all the. You just got to hit the green areas. If you go kind of slow, you can do them in just a smooth motion. But I kind of didn't get it all the way smooth here, but pretty quick, a lot quicker than the first time I did it. It doesn't take much, and this is not on hard mode either, so yeah, I'm not up to try to hard mode yet. I mean, I'm fine with the payouts I'm getting, really. I mean, for an hour and a half, 2 hours working, you know, coming out with, you know, well over $1 million. That's not bad, and this is fun too. It's not like as mind-numbingly repetitive and boring as like grinding to businesses like I've done for so long. So I'm really excited about this heist. It's a lot more engaging, I think. Because I mean, I could just go to a solo session and grind businesses if I want to, like a solo public session. But you know, and this is something you can do while your businesses are cooking too, like your bunker, your nightclub, your cocaine lockup, your meth lab, your counterfeit cat, like all your biker stuff, whatever. Like all your passive businesses, while you're working on these, they're still generating in the background. So, you know, so if you want to, you could actually pop up every couple of hours and go sell your bunker and then go back to an invite only session. So this is after I failed the first time, so I'm doing a second try here. So I got at least one stealth kill here. But you're gonna see this doesn't last very long. Okay. Now, one thing I have seen people that are good enough to do this stealthy, like full stealth. After I did mine, I actually went back and watched some other people's, and man, there's some guys like Gilly Master is amazing, like going through and like destroy these people, destroy the shit. Professional is good too, of course, but it's like I'm not at that skill level for sneaky, like silent sneaky style, and I've never done the casino heist, so I don't have that practice, and my stealth rating's shit. But hopefully, I'll get better at it here, because at least in this heist, I can't, you know, fuck up anybody else's heist. It's just mine, so that I don't feel nearly as anxious or anxiety ridden about trying to do the casino heist, like do the casino heist, because. And I thought I saved it here, but I think, yep, he got a shot off, so the alarm sounded. So at this point, I'm just like, I'm like, oh well, here we go. So this is where all those optional prep work comes in, because now they don't have like heavy rifles, they don't have body armor, and there's not buzzards flying around the compound trying to kill my ass. Because if there was all that, I would literally have to do stealth. I wouldn't have a choice. Oh, we got the gate key. That's handy. So now you see I'm almost dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some snacks here, and body armor. That's the other thing. Like I said, make sure you go into this fully stocked up on snacks and body armor, which you can get snacks in your submarine, in the galley of the sub. Like you can get you can fill up on snacks there at the little counter, where you can sometimes see Pavel in there, like eating, like giant tin of freaking Russian caviar, red caviar. Basically, like, I think it's beans or something. I don't know. All right, so always go over here and grab the safe. It's free money. It takes up no spot in your loot bag. It's just free money. Plus, there's also a pistol in there, and if you needed a med kit, first aid kit, so pretty handy. Now, also, it's not over. Yeah, it's over here. There's a painting. I got lucky and got a painting spawn here. So this thing, it takes up a lot of room in your bag, but it's pretty valuable. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. I had to take a drink there, but like I said, my throat's getting dry again. But handy, because it's one of the few things you can get out of the compound solo if you're lucky enough to get that. So definitely don't fuck it up. Don't miss that if it's there. And now I'm going to have just enough room to go clean out one of the other areas in the north part of the island too once I get up there. So you see, between the safe and that, I'm already at 268 grand, and that's without the diamond yet. Sorry, I had to. Oh, sorry about that. My bike unplugged again. I've got to watch how I'm moving here. So the fingerprint scan, and props to the people on Reddit for figuring this out. They're always, when you find the one at the top, it's always going to be, when you get to that one, it's going to be the one to the right of that, and so on and so forth down the list. It makes this hack a lot easier. I mean, it's literally just simple. It's child's play once you realize that. So I'm starting from the top down. Like I said, find the top one, and then find that one again. It's always going to be the next one after that, and so on and so forth. So it's that one. That one, there we go. Yeah, there you go. See? Very easy way to brute force it. Done very quickly. So props to the Reddit community for that little tidbit. That's not what I figured out. That's what they did. I just basically solved it like a puzzle, but that's a pretty good workaround. So, all right. So going into the vault here. Now here's where the cutting torch comes in. Once again, I don't have to worry about having bolt cutters because I got the torch. Done. Now I got pretty lucky here with the plasma cutter too, because I hadn't done this one before, but I figured out pretty quick you just got to keep it running as optimally hot as you can without it overheating. So I just kind of kept trying to keep keep the pressure steady on the right trigger on the PlayStation controller, so I was able to basically just keep it running. I got through this pretty quickly actually. I've seen this take a lot longer for people. I love this heist DLC, it's so good. Like I said, this isn't like a leak guide or anything for sure, but it's if you're just trying to get through here and get some money, get paid, this will show you at least how I do it, how I'm going to be running it. So I'm up to like 1.5 million now or so, I think, yeah. Which I'm going to lose some of that here when I got to restart after I get out of the compound. For some reason I lost like 100 grand, but Alright, so we got to do another fingerprint hack here. Let's take a second. So once again, there's the top one, then the next one. Yeah, there we go. Boom. See? Like less than 30 seconds done. So that puzzle's really easy actually. So this guy's going to come in, and by the time I'm out of the animation, I'm going to just hit him with the butt of the shotgun. And unlock the gate here. And another thing I was going to say earlier is I know if you do this stealthy without sounding the alarm, there's not like endless guards. Once you wipe out the guards, they're done. I mean, they don't respawn, but I think when the alarm's out, they respawn or something. So there's just so many of them. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go here now because I want to get to the main gate. Use that as my exit point. Because I literally don't have any other option. But it's fine. So making use of cover here. Shit. And for some reason I'm fucking up going back down here. I don't know why. I'm unlocking the gate, but I'm like, wait, I don't need to go down here. This just leads back down to the vault. But I'll have to remember this for next time because I think this exit's a little quicker. if I go this way, if I've got the keys. Go ahead and snacking up. Body armor. I mean, the body armor doesn't help much, but I'll take what I could get here. Because my whole goal is to stay alive, to make sure I don't, you know, I just don't die. But that's going to happen anyway. I'm pretty sure I get killed at least once here. Yeah, I think it's incoming right here. Yeah, there it is. So, I got killed there. Oh, that's what. Okay, that's what I lost. Okay, so it was some of the take out of my bag. Okay, it's not the primary target. It's just the like the painting. Painting took some damage. But luckily, where I died, it's right next to the gate here, so I could just run back over here, grab the shit after I dropped all these guys, and get back to the gate. Yeah, I like the shotgun a lot better than the AP pistol for this. It's a lot better. It slaps these guys down real quick. All right, so I just wanted to trigger the cutscene to get out of the gate here, and yeah, so you can't skip this. I don't know if he kicks it. It's like he doesn't remember, like you don't remember there's an exit button there. Even though I've now done this twice. Alright, so I died out here because I had to restart, so you notice I lost some buddy there. Which is, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's still more buddy than I had when I started. So there's always going to be 2 guys on motorcycles and 1 guy on it, and 2 guys at the Jeep at this point. I do recommend grabbing the motorcycle as your vehicle to, you know, make your escape on, because it's a lot, like I said, it's a lot better as a blockade runner than the Jeeps are. And in case I need to drive by, I've got the machine pistol, so I really like this aggressor loadout. It works out really well. It worked out good for me, a lot better than the sniper. I mean, I wish I had the AP pistol and the shotgun. That would be excellent, but you know, I would rather have, you know, the shotgun than the sniper rifle for my money. As you can tell, I pretty much planned on going in, basically making this a shootout. See, I told you, you go in any faster than I was that last one, it hit one of those bushes, it wrecks your motorcycle. And I can't get on the bike while I've got my menu open, so I'm going to close it. Alright, so I know that there's a lockup up here that I want to hit before I leave the island, because I could just go ahead and bounce. I mean, I've got a okay take, but I do know because of the, like I said, I keep up on this on the Reddit. So for anybody from there watching my video, thank you. But this is a damn, man. I'm just, God, these bushes on this island, they're fucking ridiculous, man. God, Rockstar really, there's some things about this update that do tick me off, like shit like that. But it's like, I mean, come on, man. Like, that fucking bush was like a brick wall. But but notice that the, I forgot where I was going with that. Never mind. Oh yeah, the fencing cut. Yeah, for the diamond. Yeah. After you do the first, the heist the first time, when you do subsequent heist, Jorge, he'll charge you a fencing cut for fencing the main primary item. So I know for the diamond that's like almost $2,000 or 200,000. So I wanted to make sure to pick up enough extra loot in my loot bag to offset that. So I'm going up here toward the over next to the airstrip where I know the main dock or wherever it is that I know that wood lockup is. I'm pretty sure it's over near the airstrip where it's got some money and weed in it, so I can fill up my loot bag. And for some reason it doesn't put that on the mini map. It is, I don't know if that's a bug in the game or it's intentionally keeps you from using that. And then I wasn't paying attention and ran into these guys. So once again, shotgun comes in handy. Luckily, El Rubio's a horrible shot out of that fucking helicopter. So I'm trying to take care of this guy over here. Go ahead and get him dropped before I start trying to break into this lockup and loot it. So I'm going to go over here. Go ahead and cut through the fence. Go through the lock. Boom, done. So we're going ahead and snagging all this money here. Like, do we have to fence cash? Grabbing a bunch of weed. Yep, I probably should have grabbed the weed where I think it's worth it to cash. I didn't realize it was. Or is that all cash? I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. I got a full bag of fucking loot from this island. That's all I care about. Alright, so now once again, make sure we're armored up. And I think at this point I just drive right off into the ocean actually, because I figure I find a spot over here that's not a cliff. So I could just go right off into the water and then swim to the sub, and that's it. We're pretty much done. It's a successful heist to me. Dive under the water so they can't hit me from the helicopter. And there we go. I'm still waiting to run into the panther somewhere, because I know that panther's out of its cage and running around. I know I'm waiting for someone to post a video of running into that fucking panther. And I've also heard people talking about like rumors about a kraken or some kind of sea monster out here. Because Pavel drops a hit at that too. I've seen on some other playthroughs where he's talking about like, yeah, it's something. It's an old friend of mine. He's like something big on the sonar. So I think he's talking about like a fucking, like some kind of a kraken or a giant shark. I don't know. But yeah, that's a pretty good haul. So I'm getting out with like what 1.6 something million, but I'm only going to clear like 1.4 or something because the fencing cut. But still, hey, that's pretty good, man, for solo. And like I said, those preps weren't very hard.
Okay, so there's a lot on your plate, but you know what's not on your plate? Enemy air support. That was some forward planning.
Damn right, Pavel. And there we go.
Looks like Mr. Rubio is heading back.
So that's how you do it, guys. That's how you, or at least for me, if you want to be able to do a, pretty well, very survivable assault on Cayo Perico and come out with a full loot bag and your primary target. That's how I'm going to do it. So I hope this helped, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And check out my other content. If you're here for GTA Online, check out my Resistance content for Resident Evil Resistance. If you're here usually come for Resident Evil Resistance, I hope you like this. And if you're here for Star Wars, I hope you like all of that too. And check this out, because this game is the shit. 7 years this game has been out, and they're still putting out new content. Look at this. So there's the heist past. Potential take, that's if you could get everything out of the island. That's never going to happen, but actual take. So I made, almost 1.5 million. Not bad. 1,469,780 bucks. I will take it. And by the way, the setup fee for this heist now, after you do it the first time, 25 grand. And if you want to do hard mode, you just have to restart it as soon as Pavel lets you. If you don't want the hard mode, you could just give it a little while and then do the scope out again. I mean, the hard mode, I guess, if you wanted the achievement or whatever, just want to flex, it's cool. But for me, I'm fine with this. This is a great way to earn money. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll catch you Black Cloaks next time. Bye.